Okay, here we go with the transformation on this guy, or these guys here. I'm only going to do one. I'm going to do thrust here. I'm not going to do all three of them because they're basically the same mold. They basically transform the same way with some minor differences and just, you know, the way the wings are and how they kind of fold up a little bit. But anyways, let's get started here with thrust. First of all, you just want to take these little laser cannons or blasters off here of the wings. So just go ahead and get those out of the way. Like that. And I usually just leave these little fans on, or these little fan boosters or whatever it is. They don't really get in the way. But what you want to do is just start here by folding up his wings like that. Just rotate those around. Oops, this guy came off. And then after you got that, you can just pull out his legs like so. And we'll go ahead and flip down his feet. And again, if you have the original Starscream mold, it's pretty much the same transformation. Let's fold in the little landing gear here. Like so. And there's his legs. And then the rest of it is just up in here. What you want to do is just kind of grab the whole nose here of the fighter jet and just kind of lift this whole part up like that. That's going to reveal his arms, and then you just fold them out to the side and then take the cockpit or nose of the jet and just kind of break it here like this, or bend it so that it comes loose. And it's on this little arm, and it's going to kind of swing down, and then you're able to rotate it back like that and then kind of just fold it in on itself like so. Make sure that sits flush up against the back side there. And then you can just take the nose part here and rotate it around. That's going to sort of like reveal his head. And then this whole part just folds up like that, back into place. And then just get his little fists out like that. And do the other side. Pretty simple transformation, really. And just kind of separate his legs there. And then it's just a matter of putting his little laser cannons back on his arms. They just peg in here to these little holes or ports on the side of his shoulders like this. Just kind of put that one in there like that. And take this other one here and just put it in like that. Got to be careful sometimes when you're pushing these in, because if you have this missile locked in, you might want to hit this button and it'll accidentally shoot it and send it flying across the room on you. Now, like I was saying, you do have some options on where you can put these little thrusters here, these little fans. And I do believe they're supposed to go down here on the underside of these wings here. They have the little holes for them. But I usually just leave them here. And they do kind of get in the way a little bit with these here, but it's not bad. And these wings do rotate back, so if you do want to rotate his arm, it's not really going to get in the way much more than any of the other jets' wings do already. But with that, that's how you transform him there. And that's, again, pretty much the same for all three of these guys. And that's thrust there. So let's kind of bring all these guys in together, and we'll kind of just take a look at them one at a time. We'll start off here again with Dirge, or not Dirge, but Ramjet here, and just kind of look at him up close. Just kind of get some of the detail on him. And there you go, you can see the distinctive cone head, robot head. That, you know, that's what separates these from the other jets. And you can see the paint apps on him there. He's kind of got like some gold accent there running throughout him. And going down here to his legs and kind of talk a little bit about his wings. He's the only one here where you can kind of rotate the wings back away from the legs, so they're kind of tilted back, which I kind of like. The other guys just kind of stick out. You'll notice on Dirge here when we look at him, they're just kind of just hanging off the sides. I kind of like this. I wish maybe you could have done that on Dirge and possibly Thrust, although Thrust doesn't have the large wings there, he has the small wings. And let's pan back up. And like I was talking about earlier, you can see those large missiles that he's got. They're clearly more visible now in his robot mode, so that kind of makes him stand out different from the other cone heads. So that's Ramjet there, and let's just grab him and set him to the side. And let's bring in Thrust, and just kind of go in here and Zoom in on him a little bit. And again, I do like Thrust probably the most. I just like his color scheme and just the design of his wings overall. I think it works the best out of all three of these guys. There he is there. I like that kind of gold colored cockpit there on his chest. And as you can see, he's got those blasters here just like the original Starscream. They're not like Ramjets. And there's his wings there on his legs, which are the smaller wings. So his wings are kind of like reversed. He's got the small wings on the legs with the larger wings up on his shoulders. He's a little more reminiscent too of the actual original Starscream mold in that he has the wings up here around the shoulder and torso area of his body, whereas Ramjet and Dirge have their wings down here on the legs. So he has more of the profile of the original like Starscream and Thundercracker and Skywarp molds. So that's him there. And let's bring in Dirge, and you can see what I'm talking about there. He's got the large wings there on the legs as opposed to being up here on the shoulder areas. And let's pan in on him now. And I do like Dirge. I like his sort of black and blue color scheme there. And again, he is the only one that has this Decepticon symbol painted on his chest there. I wish all three of these would have had that. I think it would have looked nice. Because their symbols aren't always visible beings that they're on their wings. In the robot mode, you can't always see them clearly. So there he is there. He's got some silver accents on him running throughout. A little bit of red too. And again, there's his wings there on his legs. And these, like I was mentioning, they don't rotate back. They will like just rotate down like this, which is kind of odd in a sense. But I do wish these could have been hinged here and like kind of folded back like what the way Ramjets are here, so they kind of angle back. I think that would have looked a little bit better, but I think this is a little more representative of his G1 version. And let's just kind of go out. And again, he's got the same little blasters like Thrust and the other original jets. So let's just kind of line these guys up here, like so. So that's all three of them there. And let's bring in Starscream here, just as a little comparison, so you can kind of see how they did this guy here. This being like the original mold here. Kind of see that there. So yeah, obviously the cone heads have their little different variations compared to the original Starscream mold. With the wings being up here as opposed to down here. And obviously they don't have the cone head. Other than that, it's pretty much the same mold and just different color schemes. So that's pretty much the difference there. As far as articulation goes on these guys, pretty much the same as, again, what Starscream had, the original mold. I'll run through that here real quickly. Again, I'll grab Thrust here. You can rotate the heads. No waist movement or of any kind. The arms will rotate here, but because of the wings, they kind of get impeded because of that. But you can fold them back. They bend at the elbows. You can kind of tilt the hands in because of the way it transforms. Kind of can pivot here also because of the way it transforms. The legs are sort of like on ball joints here, so they can move at the hips. You can bend them at the knees, although it's kind of a very stiff joint, like that. And the feet don't really move other than just what you can fold up for the transformation. So a little limited on the posability, but I still think they look great, just standing there as it were. So anyways, that's my look here at all three of the Conehead jets or Seeker jets. I'd say get any one of these guys if you can, get the whole complete set. I think you could still find Thrust and Dirge in the stores. Ramjet might be a little harder to find, but you should be able to find them online, I think, still, eBay, wherever. So yeah, you should be able to complete this set fairly easily. And for the price of each of these figures, I'd say they're worth it. Go out and get them. Anyways, that's my look here at the Transformers / Classics / Generations Conehead Seeker Jets.